Look around you. Every dream left unchased, every goal left unmet, every life stuck in the same place year after year. They all have one thing in common. Someone, somewhere, was waiting for luck instead of making a change. A change?
Let me ask you today, are you willing to bet your future on chance? Or are you ready to create it? Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you to speak about a truth so powerful, so profound, that it holds the potential to transform every aspect of our lives if we dare to embrace it. Your life does not get better by chance. It gets better by change. These words are not just a motivational slogan. They are a universal principle, a roadmap for anyone who has ever dared to dream of a better tomorrow. Too often, we find ourselves waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting for luck to favor us, waiting for some invisible hand of destiny to lift us out of our struggles and into a life of abundance and joy. But life, in its raw honesty, does not operate on the whims of chance. It responds to effort, to deliberate, determined change. Every great story of success you have ever heard, every triumph that has ever inspired you, has been born from a moment when someone decided that enough was enough. And that changed. That change was not optional, but necessary. It is easy to look at successful people and believe they were simply lucky. It is easy to envy the artist whose painting now sells for millions, the entrepreneur whose company now dominates the market, or the athlete whose talent seems almost otherworldly. But behind every success lies a journey paved with countless changes in mindset, in habits, in daily disciplines, in choices that were often painful, inconvenient, and difficult. Change demands courage. It demands a willingness to step into the unknown, to leave behind the familiar comfort of mediocrity, and to venture into a world that promises no guarantees except for growth. The first thing we must understand is that waiting for life to improve without our active participation is a silent form of surrender. It is a quiet resignation to the idea that we are powerless, that our destiny is in the hands of forces we cannot control. But this is a lie we must reject. We are the authors of our stories. We are the sculptors of our futures. Change does not happen to us. It happens because of us. The moment we take full ownership of our lives is the moment we begin to transform them. If you want your circumstances to change, you must change. You must change. You must change. You must change. That's it. If you want better health, you must change your habits. If you want deeper relationships, you must change how you communicate and connect. If you want greater success, you must change your level of discipline, your strategies, your mindset. There is no alternative path. Wishing, hoping, dreaming. These are beautiful beginnings, but without action, they are as fleeting as the morning mist. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Another truth is that real change often begins internally, not externally. We live in a world obsessed with external markers of success: cars, houses, awards, followers. But the deepest, most lasting changes happen within the mind and the heart. Change your thoughts, and you change your world. Change your beliefs about what is possible for you, and you will start to see possibilities where before there were only obstacles. This is not about positive thinking alone. It is about adopting a mindset of resilience, growth, and self-empowerment. Wakeness, Wolf. There will be moments when change feels overwhelming. It is in those moments that many retreat back into the comfort of what they know, even if what they know is dissatisfaction or pain. The human mind is wired for familiarity. It clings to what it recognizes. But growth lives just beyond the borders of our comfort zones. Every step you take into the unknown is a step toward a greater version of yourself. And yes, fear will be there. Doubt will be there. Doubt will be there. But courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision that something else, something greater, is more important than fear. You must also understand that change is a process, not an event. It is not a one-time decision, but a series of daily choices. Series of daily choices. It is the small disciplines practiced consistently over time that yield the greatest rewards. The person who decides to exercise for just 20 minutes a day may not see massive changes tomorrow, but over months and years, the transformation will be undeniable. The writer who commits to writing just 1 page a day may not have a book next week, but in a year, they will hold a finished manuscript in their hands. Small changes compounded over time lead to extraordinary outcomes. In embracing change, you must be willing to let go of old versions of yourself. This can be one of the most painful aspects of growth. We form identities around our habits, our past, our failures, even our pain. To change means to rewrite the story we tell ourselves about who we are. It means to say, I am not my past. I am not my mistakes. I am not my limitations. It means to believe, sometimes stubbornly, that you are capable of becoming someone new, someone better, someone stronger. It is important to realize that change rarely happens in isolation. The people you surround yourself with play a crucial role in your journey of transformation. If you want to elevate your life, you must surround yourself with those who uplift, challenge, and inspire you. Relationships that drain your energy, that reinforce your doubts, that discourage your dreams, these must be reevaluated. Sometimes the change we need most is the courage to walk away from what no longer serves us. Moreover, you must cultivate patience and persistence. Change is rarely linear. There will be setbacks, frustrations, moments when you wonder if your efforts are worth it. But the measure of your success is not how quickly you achieve your goals, but how relentlessly you pursue them. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Each day you refuse to give up is a triumph. Trust the process. Trust that your consistent efforts will yield results even when you cannot yet see them. Another vital aspect of embracing change is embracing failure. Too often, fear of failure paralyzes us into inaction. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone to it. Every failure carries within it the seeds of wisdom and resilience. It teaches you what does not work, sharpens your focus, and strengthens your character. When you reframe failure not as a dead end, but as feedback, you remove its power to derail you. You begin to see it as an essential part of the journey rather than a reason to abandon it. Perhaps most importantly, real change requires a compelling vision. You must have a clear sense of what you are moving toward. Vague desires produce vague results. When you know what you want with clarity and specificity, you create a magnetic pull that draws you toward your goals. Visualize the life you want. Feel it. Let that vision be the fire that fuels your daily actions. When you are deeply connected to your why, the how becomes easier to navigate. Remember, no one else can walk this path for you. No one else can want it badly enough for you. Motivation can spark the fire, but it is your discipline, your daily commitment to change, that will keep it burning. Burning. Yeah. The choice to change your life is yours alone, and it is a choice you must make again and again every single day. In the end, the greatest tragedy is not the life that fails, but the life that never dared. It is not the person who tries and falls, but the one who never tries at all. Comfort zones are beautiful places, but nothing ever grows there. Dreams die there. Potential withers there. Lives become pale reflections of what they could have been. Do not let that be your story. Stand up. Take ownership. Stand up. Decide that your life is too precious, too filled with possibility, to be left to chance. Refuse to be a bystander in your own existence. Become an active participant, a bold architect, a relentless builder of the future you envision. Choose change over chance, growth over stagnation, courage over comfort. Life improvement comes from intentional change, not chance. Change is an internal process, starting with mindset and beliefs. Growth requires stepping out of comfort zones and embracing failure. Change is a continuous process fueled by clear vision and persistence. Your life is a masterpiece in progress, and you hold the brush. Every decision you make, every risk you take, every change you choose, they are the strokes that will define your legacy. Don't leave your future to chance. Step boldly into the life you deserve, fueled not by hope alone, but by your willingness to change. The power has always been in your hands. Now is the time to use it.